libations to our African ancestors to honor their accomplishments, but we also pour libations to those African ancestors, thanking them for making the ultimate sacrifice, and that is putting their lives on the line so that we could be here today. Ashe. We pour libations to our African ancestors, understanding that the struggle and the fight that we've had for thousands of years, that we still continue to fight and struggle against one common enemy. Ashe. And so we want to pour libations to those African ancestors, asking them for their divine protection, for their divine wisdom, and their divine guidance, and ultimately their divine strength to continue to fight this battle and to fight this enemy. Ashe. So at this time, we're going to call on the positive names of our African ancestors, and I'm going to start with the Honorable Malcolm X. Ashe. You can call on the names of any African. Ashe.
Silver Africa.
Ashe.
Jamaica.
Ashe.
Gotta be well.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Marcus Scott.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Queen Mother Moore.
Ashe.
Mother Baker, Fennel Hammond.
Ashe.
Gotta be Wells.
Ashe. Ashe.
Steve Biko.
Ashe. Ashe. And as we Ashe. Ashe. And as we call on the names Ashe. And as we call on the names of those African ancestors, again, we call on their names for strength, for honor, for wisdom, and for guidance. But at the same time, we also call on them to guide us into victory. We also pour libations for those names that we do not know, but whose spirit yet dwells among us. We also pour libations for those Africans who died during the Middle Passage. We say, no more Maiapa. And we also pour libations for the unborn spirit of those children yet to come. We say, Ashe, 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 Ashe.
Peace, everyone. Thank you for coming out today. Today we're out here to pay homage, to pay respect to people who have been fighting for us for the past 50 years. They've been fighting on another front, though, behind the walls. However, I think it's very important to ground us in this moment that 50 years ago, when another generation answered the call to police brutality, to police abuse, to the lack of accountability of police in our communities, a young Mumia Abu Jamal in the summer of 1968-69 answered that call and was out on the streets of Philadelphia. A young Russell Maroon Schultz was out here on the streets of Philadelphia. A young Fred Burton was out here on the streets of Philadelphia, and countless others. And today, they're still in prison. And so we're out here right now to make sure that we keep their names and we keep their sacrifices alive in this moment. And I want to make very clear from the rip that we're not out here to debate under any circumstances the merits of their imprisonment. For us, that's immaterial. The fact of the matter is they have been in prison for close to 50 years now. They've been in prison since 1971. In the case of Mumia Abu Jamal, 1980. And for those of us who watched that statue of Rizzo come down, right?
Yeah!
Just think for a minute how hard it was to bring that bastard statue down when he was dead, right? But these men fought him when he was alive. Think about that for a minute. They all caught their cases when he was alive, when he was the police commissioner and when he was the mayor of Philadelphia. When he boasted that he was the dictator of Philly, and when he boasted that his police force can invade Cuba and win. That same police force was unleashed on our neighborhoods. And the political prisoners that's in prison today, Russell Maroon Schultz, Joseph Jojo Bowens, Mumia Abu Jabal, Fred Muhammad Burton, they answered that invasion. and they're still in prison to this day. So that's something I want to ground us in. When we're out here on these streets talking about defunding police or holding police accountable, that we need to keep them centered in this moment and to make sure that we advocate for them to be released, because they were fighting for this issue 50 years ago. And if we don't get it right now, our children and the next generation is going to be fighting this issue 50 years from now.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Salim here just grounded us in why we're here today, and I couldn't have said it any more perfectly. And so I'm calling on those that come before me to share some words of inspiration that I've been clinging to in the last few days, from Angela Davis and Erica Huggins. We must build a new world. All other generations have passed this responsibility on, and it is time to stop the clocks and seize the time. Change, destroy, and rebuild. It is time for us to build a new world free of selfishness, racism, narrow nationalism, and the desire of any group to claim this world as their own. The universe belongs to the people. To love, to create for each other. The urgency of transforming this ideal into reality has been impressed upon us by our fallen comrades. They must live again through us in our struggles. And so I say to you who are new to this movement, suddenly activated literally by another viral video of a black man being murdered by police officers. Welcome, but remember to look to the black folks that have been doing this work for generations, who have been taking to the street and have been suppressed by police for far too long. And I want you to remember that this work is a life's work. It's not going to end this year, next year. We have to fight for our lives indefinitely, because those in positions of power have made it clear that they would rather execute every single one of us than give us back what we are owed. And it's time that we stand up across gender lines, class lines, racial lines, and say together, each of our own in liberation is tied up with the others. And so we must fight together. Thank you.
Our first speaker is going to be someone a lot of us know. It's Mike Africa Jr. And Mike is going to, ground us in this moment and let us know that when people tell us that we can't do something, that when something is impossible, that when the people put their will and energy to it, it could be done. So I'm going to bring Mike up on the stage. Mike.
Thank you for that beautiful message, and thank you for the introduction, Salim. On the move!
On the move!
On the move!
On the move!
I said on the move!
On the move!
Long live revolution! Long live John Africa!
Long live John Africa!
When I was asked to speak here today, Salim said, Mike, speak about never giving up. He said, we've come so far, we got your parents out, Move 9 out, and other people out. And I said, No problem. What we are seeing here in this country is a rise of true power. When George Floyd was killed and Breonna Taylor was killed, and we're seeing so many others like Rashard Brooks, we are seeing these police tase pregnant women in their stomachs. We are seeing these crazy psychos destroy our brothers and sisters. And we are seeing them drag them down hallways. We are seeing them drag them across streets, kneel on their necks until they suffocate. We are watching them do what they do.
Criminals.
They are criminals. They are violent, and they are trained to be this way. They are trained by the system because the original reason for police was to be slave catchers.
Tell the truth.
They do not like black people.
No, they don't.
do not care about black people. Their job is not to preserve the life of black people.
Right.
Their job is to control black people so that they can continue to enslave us so that we support the system and keep the system going.
That's right.
And as long as we as people support the system will continue to do these things that they're doing. We have to extract our resources. We have to extract our support from the system so that the knees of the system will be cut and it will buckle and fall. And when it comes to these police, it is a very simple way to deal with these police. It is a very simple way to deal with the people that are on the side of the police and on the side of the system. It's a very simple way. The same way you treat a bully. When a bully is targeting people, the only way is to stand up and fight back.
That's right.
You
That's
must
right.
stand up and fight back.
That's right.
With these uprisings
That's right.
that we
That's
are
right.
seeing around
That's
the
right.
world, we are watching
Yeah.
history live.
Yeah.
The people are rising up and they are fighting back. And they are taking control of their own power and they are using it to fight this system. And this is why the changes are being made. This system will not make a change unless they are pressured to make a change.
Tell the truth.
And we must keep the pressure on this system.
Yo.
This is the only way that we will effectively make a sustained change.
Yeah.
We have watched Donald Trump make statements about what needs to be done and what he's going to do. And none of what he says that he's going to do is in the interest of the people.
Nothing.
Donald Trump was saying things like, we need more people like Frank Rizzo. When the people saw the statue of Frank Rizzo come down, we watched that victory. And it made me think of a very special moment in this movement. There is a person that has been leading the Mumia movement since Mumia has been in prison. This person, you may have heard her name before. Her name is Pam